Yo, it's the Linebacker Assassin. What's up? What's happening? And you are tuning into the Rodcast, the home of the BBL. We are out here. Yo, it seems like we've been out the game for years. But it ain't been years. It's only been like some hours. I feel like I've taken a vacation like for 3 months already. It's crazy. Yo, what up, Jonathan? Did we plan to come out here this late? No. When we got up, it was drizzling. So we just kind of chilled out to see if the drizzle would go away. And it sort of didn't. And then if you listen to your weather apps, they're like, oh, it's going to be drizzling. I don't know if it's going to be drizzling right now. But it is definitely not drizzling. And I would have been out earlier, I was out. That's why you guys saw me already casting and where I'm at, because my brother, dude, I called him right before this, and the fool, he just talks forever. And I'm like, dude, I got to start a Rodcast. Yeah, wait. And here we are. I swear to you, that conversation was like 40 minutes, and I just had to tell him one thing. Yo, GM, what's up? Colin, what's happening? So yeah, bros. It feels like we've been out the game for years now. Ever Ghost, his friend, days. It was weird. Right now I'm throwing a pencil popper. Bone color. We are in 12 feet of water. I could almost reach out to, you guys might be able to see that patch of grass right there. So this drops off real quick. Yo, GM, I'm feeling that, bro. I woke up yesterday and I was like, what the heck? What just happened here? And I was all right. Then when I woke up today, I asked the moderator, I was like, why am I sleepy? This doesn't make any sense. Now, I did stay up for a 24-hour stretch. So, I guess that's going to cause your body some readjusting. But right where that lure is right now, that is where that patch of grass is. It's a very small patch of grass. I'm just throwing a top water, east for fun. There is some eelgrass, but this bait right here seems to be able to still move back and forth with some eelgrass on it. Now, I don't know how that makes the bait or the fish react. If they see some eelgrass on it, if they're like, all right, there was a bait ball that was right next to me. I have had one fish hit at this bait, but he was little. So we are currently on our streak of continual days of fishing. It is 30 times 2 plus some amount of days of fishing. That is the number that we are at. Now we're going to try and catch ourselves a fish to continue our non-zero streak. But let's see what happens. Let's see what's in the cards. I am switching over. Al, what's happening? Have you recovered, Al? How was the party, dog? Excuse me. So, Unlimited, can you do me a favor, dog? When you see all the OGs who were there that night of, I gotta catch one before 12 a.m. That is correct, dog. So if you see the OGs, let me know, dog. Let me know with some kind of... I need to see... I don't know. Al couldn't make it all the way through the stream. I gotta see Unlimited, Rob, Rude, and Steve to the principal's office. Oh, school, what's happening, dog? I need to see you guys. GM is correct. Throwing a crankbait real quick, and then I will switch over to a worm. I'm sure that I will catch one off of a worm here. No big whoop. Oh, we didn't expect, let's just say it like this, bros. We didn't expect everybody, and I would almost like to say we didn't expect anybody to stay the entire time. But there were a couple that did stay the entire time. Yo, Jason, what's up? Nobody said party, dog, but you know we're here to party. There might be a tournament coming out of Honeycomb. It was like a bunch of boats that just came out of there. So we need to put our sun covers on. So we got a little bit of an issue here, guys. When we ordered those green pumpkin baits, and I verified that they were green pumpkin in the order, because I asked the moderator to send me just to make sure. Well, it said green pumpkin, but when we got them, it said green pumpkin magic, my bad. Said green pumpkin magic in the order form, but when we got them, they said green pumpkin. And I'm like, wait a second, well, hold on. But we received it in the mail and saw that we had, I think, 6 packs of just regular green pumpkin. And I was like, hold on a second. Now, I do hope that nobody says the L word, because as soon as that name gets said, potentially we may all be going to church. whether you like it or not. So the moderator showed me this, she showed me this video from New Mexico that there was a light over there that they took a video of, and she asked me, was that the light? And I was like, well, no, it was a little bit different. So, I don't know. It was a weird light. I gotta see what this... Peace out, Al. I don't know what it was exactly. Let me check this text message that I just received. Rob, if you exist, holler at your boy. Let me know in the comments. I mean, this can be accomplished without him, but oh, also guys, one thing I learned when we were hanging out, when I was land loving, I wasn't loving, but lubbing, land lubbering. I learned that a bobcat has little hairs on the top of its ears. And apparently those hairs on the top of the ears are so that it can better hear smaller or how to, I don't know if it was frequencies or just or sounds, like faint is the word that they used, so that they can hear faint sounds. So I was looking today, guys. I mean, I learned it afterwards, but I had been looking and I was like, what the heck? What are these ears? I mean, these hairs in my ear. So it is not the hairs on the side of the ear or on the ear lobe. Like coming out of the eardrum, I have some hairs that are just deciding that they want to, I think that's where the hair on the head, on the top of my head went. They're like, okay, bro, we're relocating because real estate is all about location, location, location. So they're like, let's relocate to his eardrum area. So I saw that and I was like, dude, what the heck? I'm gonna trim these hairs, but I didn't at that time, right? I was like, all right, yeah, whatever, I'll do it later. And then I saw the thing about the bobcats being able to hear faint noises with those hairs on their ears. Then I was thinking, well, hold on. Did I just get superhuman hearing? Now that I got these hairs near my eardrum, are they picking up super faint noises? Because I believe that GM, I had asked GM, like if he heard something, he was like, I can't hear stuff. I think he said something somewhere during, it was either the night out on the town or a different time. He was like, oh no, I couldn't hear it. He said maybe that he's a little deaf. I don't know. But either way, I'm thinking, did I just unlock a mutant power of super hearing with these hairs that are coming out of my eardrum area? So I don't know. What I'm gonna do is I'm basically gonna trim them, and then if I can't hear stuff as well, then I'll be like, okay, bros, I have to leave these in there so that I can be able to hear faint noises everywhere. That's just me seeing the nature show and then trying to apply it to what I've seen. That's not really backed science. I didn't get catfish yesterday. What are you talking about? Oh, you talking about when Kendall came in. I noticed my pits with their ears cut hear better. Are you telling me that I should cut my ears? I don't know. Maybe they hear better, dog, because they're like, man, we gotta listen for if somebody else is trying to cut my ears. But either way, yeah, that's what happened when I saw that show, and I was all like, what? I might be getting rid of my superpowers. So I'm still, I guess in the end, I'll let the moderator decide. If she tells me, ew, you look hideous. If she tells me I look hideous, then I'm gonna get rid of them. But if she tells me, hey, it's all good, if you could hear me from here on out, then I also might get rid of them. But there's a potential. If she tells me, no, they're fine, I'm gonna test them out. I'm gonna take them for a little cruise. I'm gonna test it out, go get a little hearing test done, and be all like, these ear hairs are spectacular. They are really helping out the hearing. And then I could be like that dude in Hunt for Red October. I could just be like, boom, 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 boom. Sir, I believe I heard a musical going on in that submarine. I'm telling you guys, Red October is partially a musical. So I think that might be the case. I'll test them out, and then I'll report back to you guys and be like, yo, dudes, ear hairs did not help like the bobcat. So either way, we'll try it out. Okay, well, if you just say that you think they're cute, then I'm going to throw up a little bit and wonder what exactly you think is cute. And then I'm going to do a self-reflecting and be all like, am I hideous? She thinks my ear hairs are cute. Does that mean I've been hideous my whole life? All of my life. I've been hideous all of my life. Did I become a werewolf? I don't know. It's possible, dudes. Because I don't remember seeing those ear hairs, dog. I think the moonlight just drew them out, and then I was like, oh! Bros, I don't know. I don't know what exactly happened because when I woke up, I was freaking Teen Wolf, dog. I was on top of the vehicle. I was like, yeah. Or whatever song is playing for Teen Wolf, bro. I was going to do a handstand on the boat with my ear hairs. Oh, it was going to be amazing. These ear hairs are ridiculous. So the moderator says they're cute, or maybe she says potentially that she might say that. I don't know. I don't know. But beauty is in the eye of the beholder, guys. So if she likes really abstract art, I don't know, then she might be like, oh, I see this. This right here, the artist, and the artist being the good Lord, the artist wanted to show that this mammal is aging, and all of a sudden he's got extra testosterone and the hairs have gone from his head to his ears. Who knows? I don't know what her interpretation is. So it's weird. Dude, I've seen some dudes get their eyebrows waxed and stuff, and I was like, what? What just happened here, dog? Because those guys are eventually going to have to pen in their eyebrows like the cholas, dude. And I'm like, dudes, don't do it, bro. Don't do it. You're going to be like the cholas, and you're going to have to pencil in, Sharpie, whatever they use. I don't know what they use. Sharpie in those eyebrows. And then what? You might as well eat hot Cheetos, because that's the next step. Hot Cheetos and Dickies. Yeah, bros. I do the uprooting myself. I do the uprooting myself and then just deal with the situation as it arises. And that's it. I don't need to go pay somebody to put me in pain. I will put myself in pain little by little, because I don't want them to hear me scream, bro. I might scream all crazy, but like, ah, that hurt. How do you women do this? But yeah, so most of the OGs that were here, well, Steve's not here yet. Steve, calling all Steves. Steven. Steven. All right, guys, if we can land this fish, it just looks like a little Juan. If we can land this fish, this continues our consecutive non-zero streak. If we can land this fish. This is you son of a... You tore my worm, and we didn't get the worms we wanted, stupid. But thank the good Lord that our streak continues. This fish right here continues the streak. We were running it through that grass. It is not big, but the streak continues. At least I know after the long break that I took. I don't know if it was a long break, but it's only been like, I think, a day. I mean, it's still the streak. But either way, I still know how to catch a fish. Sort of, kind of. Sort of, kind of, maybe. Moderator claims I wouldn't scream. there would be at least some bad words coming out. I would scream some kind of, I'll be like, fun times out here, guys. Getting our eyebrows waxed or ears waxed or whatever waxed. That right there was too much. So yeah, bros. Thanks for the nice fish, homies. We continue the streak. We just popped it out that grass and it went down the drop. And then all of a sudden I felt the thunk. It was a very convincing thunk. I thought it was a more manly fish, but it wasn't as manly as I thought it was. Let's put our gloves on. But here's what I'm gonna do, guys. Only two of the people who went all night OG style are here, but we could do it without them, dog. So here's what I'm gonna do. We are going to do a 9-time payback situation only with us, because I took some of the years of our lives away because we were up all night. But it's a lot easier there. So those 4 individuals that went all the way, that Rude, Steve, Unlimited, and Rob, 4 individuals, they will be entered in a random drawing for a $25 Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card, because those guys, they went the distance, guys. It was crazy. I mean, we were all hoping for a crazy BBL, but we only got, I believe, 2 BBLs that night. One that I had caught and one that GM had caught. So we will be doing that drawing. Moderator, those 4 individuals, if you can run a drawing for a winner out of those 4 individuals. Now, we're not going to include Larry, because Larry he was just, I don't know, bros. Larry was Larry. I wasn't supposed to say his name. But yeah, Larry was Larry. So I can't give you back time, guys. I can't give you back life. But what I can do is help you guys get more tackle by giving you guys the ones who went the distance. And I'm talking about, bros, we were from sundown to sun up. It was crazy. Can I start over? By all means, Snozook, I will start over. Let's try and catch a fish for Snozook. Yo, do not put his name in there, bro. I've said it, you typed it one more time, and he's gonna pop in and be all like, hey guys, I just want to tell you about this and that. I'm like, dog, we're good. We're good, bro. What were the 4 names? Unlimited, Rob, Steve, and Rude. Because I know that Rob's Rob's yard, it suffered, bro. It suffered a lot. Yo, what's up, Mike? Mikey B. I will move from this area momentarily, guys. Okay. All right, all right. The moderator emailed the winner to me. Why did she email it to me? I don't know. I still haven't received it. Anyways. I should pull another all-nighter. Dude, are you trying to take me out, bro? Because though at the time it was whatever, it seems like it's a little taxing. Email to Latin Bass Assassin. GM dropping 20 on it. GM, what exactly would you like me to do with that? All right, guys. Moderator, I have not received that email. This is starting to be like when Steve sends me emails and they don't go through. I don't know why you just didn't text me it. Because, you know, texting usually works. So why are we changing the plan? I'm the one who changes the plan for no reason. That's my thing. That's not your thing. That was grass. My thing is to always change everything at all times. GM was not included in it. He was out here suffering with us. So I should have included Robert, bro. Poor guy. I don't think Robert can sleep anymore. Based on his ghost story, he might not be able to sleep anymore, and that's why he was all like, GM, can we go fishing all night? Because it's scary. So, I mean, I don't blame him. I'm just saying that it is. I mean, when they told me the story and left me floating alone by myself, I was like, I don't like this plan. But that's what they did. Oh, okay. All right, bro. I didn't know what exactly you wanted me to do with those funds. But eventually we will get the winner, dog. Eventually. But we do appreciate that, GM. All right, guys, I am going to run this bank over here, though I would run it usually with Don's chatterbait. I'm going to run this bank, and I'm going to make a slight change because we're going to keep Don's chatterbait on. But this is Don's spinnerbait, and we're going to change this purple spinnerbait, okay? It's got a heavy thump, and we are going to put on a bait that was during that deal that we made. Some people referred to it as, oh, son of a gun. Is it even here? Is it even here? Let's see. Oh yeah, still here. All right, so some people refer to it as a drug deal. Some people refer to it as just tackle. Just a tackle purchase. But this, guys, I'm going to put this on. I was told that this is... Oh, I forgot to stop at the GTO. I had plenty of time, but I just apparently didn't stop at the GTO. So I was told that this right here, I'll show you guys in a second. Let me tie it on. But this right here is supposed to be a fish catching fool. But we'll see. Different times, whatever. We'll see what's up. Let's see if you guys can guess what it is. I will hide the bait from everybody. Let's see if you guys can guess what it is. There might be some clues. This is not the regurgitator, bro. The regurgitator has been retired. Oh, we finally got the winner, bro. I don't understand how this one took so long. There was only 4 people in it, and it took this long to get the response. But either way, the winner of the all-nighter giveaway, dudes, is Senor Rob Henry. Rob Henry, you are the winner. You will be receiving your choice of a Tackle Warehouse or Bass Pro Shop gift card for the value of $25, bro. So if you just reach out to me and let me know what gift card you want. So we are going to work this bank right here, guys, with this bait right here, dogs. I should turn the camera away until we catch a fish. We'll block it from you guys. That was weird. All right, guys, this is the bait that we will be using. Al might know it well. This is the bait that I was told to throw, and this should catch them. That right there, guys. Who said that we don't that we don't do anything for the ladies on this channel. Bros, we are rocking a pink spinnerbait. A pink spinnerbait. That is right. We are throwing the pinkest of spinnerbaits that you can ever find. We are going to run this bank with this spinnerbait. It has a white trailer on it and pink tips. That is how it was given to me, with the pink tips. It's got highlights. Now, I don't know if I'd wear pink, Al, but I will cast it. Wearing it, maybe not. I may be from a different generation, a generation too far back, that would allow me to wear pink. But we will throw this pink spinnerbait until, well, it will be on the deck of the boat until it brings in some kind of fish. Actually, let me plug and unplug this battery just in case, because we don't trust the GoPro, the mod box. We don't trust none of it anymore. Well, I will tell you, bro, the gentleman who gave me this spinnerbait, I don't believe that their heterosexuality was in question. They struck me as OG old school dudes. Some of the stuff they said was comical, let's say that. Yo, what up, bromance? Currently, we only have one fish, but look what we're throwing, bromance. We are throwing the pinkest of baits I have ever seen. And I tell you, I have ever thrown. This is in no way a color that I would have thrown. But the tackle underground, as Al stated, provided it. So we are throwing it. Oh, unlimited, we are not worried about your joke, dog. We good. There is grass between me and this drop over here on the bank. I'm assuming you guys can see the bank. I was hoping that the eelgrass would come off of it, but it didn't. I'm sending out a bouquet of pink roses out to them. There's one. I'm sending out a bouquet of pink roses. Let's see what this is. It looks like a bass. It is a bass for sure. We're sending out a bouquet to the chicas. We just sent out a bouquet to the chicas? Oh, it is not a giant, but it is proof that I guess pink can work. Very interesting here, boys. Very, very interesting. What is going on here, guys? What is this? What is this, dudes? Look at this. Washallow bros. I don't get it. If you get it, well, you guys tell me what exactly I'm seeing here. I mean, I'm seeing results, but I'm a little confused. I am a little confused at what exactly is going on here. But either way, here we go. We're gonna weigh this. This is a little John, but we're gonna weigh it and see what exactly is going on here. This is a little John. This little John is locked in. What do you guys think down there? Like, what exactly are you guys? I don't get it, dogs. This is a little John. I don't even know. I give up on bass fishing. I'm done. I'm done, guys. I give up on bass fishing. I don't understand it. I don't know what's going on. That fish weighed 3 pounds, 2 ounces. Oh, man. What the heck? Little pink spinnerbait. Baby, you're much too fast. Or something. I don't know what the song says, but little pink spinnerbait. Blah, 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 blah. Dudes, the Rodcast just brings the real, bros. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know. I'm not going to try and explain it. Sometimes the OGs, they just put you on stuff and they're like, look, bro, don't ask. Just do it and go with it. And that's what I did. And that is where we're at right now. We are at the point where... What's up, Don? I might go for hot pink dizzies, but the mag dizzies, but I don't think they exist is the problem, bro. Well, what the? I mean, seriously, guys, what happened there? What happened there? I should just end the Rodcast right now. I should be all like, yo, game over, guys. We're just out here. We're going to go reassess our lives. How, why, nobody knows. But you guys saw it. You guys saw it. Senor Ortiz, what's happening, dog? I don't even know, guys. I just got to send a shout out and a thank you to Al's homies. I don't understand, but it worked. It worked. Weird, weird, weird. Yo, what up, Steve? Yo, Steve, just so you know, you were entered into a all-nighter OG $25 Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card drawing between you, Rob, Unlimited, and Rude. And Rob happened to win. Your presence was not necessary to win. We tried to wait for you, but you hadn't shown up, so we just ran it without you. But either way, bro, we ran it. That was a thank you to the homies. I mean, Steve might barely be waking up right now and be like, yo, dudes, what's happened? Because I was up all night fishing with this dummy, and I don't know what's happened since Sunday morning. Who knows? But all I'm saying is that was a thank you to you guys for rolling all night. So we will continue rolling. And actually, guys, well, oh, it's right there. Yeah, we still got that $25 BBL plus bounty. All we got to do is catch a 5-pounder, and we will pay out in the during the live a $25 Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card. We gave one away earlier just because these guys stayed up all night with us when we fished the moonlight. Dang, we caught something off of that. That's crazy. All right, guys, what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw this pencil popper right here. There is no grass underneath us. It is about 6 feet or so. We'll see what happens. There's grass out there, but not here. Well, what happens is my bait just starts being stupid. Just making sure you guys can see it and what angle you can see. We're throwing a pencil popper, a Yozuri pencil popper. And then we're going to switch to Don's chatterbait, and we will work this area in that manner. Pink spinnerbait, Don's chatterbait. Top water, Don's chatterbait. We're running into some eelgrass right there. Stupid eelgrass. Now the pencil popper is very aggressive. I wonder if I should. Maybe I'm very aggressive. I don't know what the case is, but it is in bone color. I'm assuming you guys can see that. In case you don't know what a pencil popper looks like, it is an extremely large topwater bait. It's got a little orange mouth right there for spitting. I ain't talking about it's gonna spit some rhymes, but it definitely spits some water. And if you work it, you can make it go left and right, left and right, left and right. Basically without moving locations, bro. Like it will stay right there in that area for a long time. One cast a little further out. And then we'll go to the chatterbait. It's got some eelgrass on it, or my own line. One way or the other, we got to reel it in. I was wrapped up on my own line. That happens. Pink spinnerbait. What the heck was that all about? Now let's throw Don's chatterbait out here. Don's chatterbait is a white color, just normal white, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. It's got a D shad trailer. Let it hit the bottom and then just slow roll it back. Rob, I mean, I think we should all adhere to that, Rob. The big fish are usually female, so usually we should all adhere to only when they want to, bro, because that keeps everyone safe. We'll only have them bite topwater when they want to. And everybody remains safe and out of jail. I never force these fish to do anything. That is snagging, bro. And we don't snag on this channel. And that is exactly how we stay out of jail, guys. We're not out here snagging. We are allowing the fish to willingly take our bait. We do not go out here snagging. It is against the law. I'm hoping it does too, Colin. I hope that we have full consent from that BBL Plus, because it will take a fish that's a little bit bigger to eat that one. That topwater is. So Colin, you should remember that topwater, because that's the same one except in a different color. That is the same type of topwater I was throwing when I was at Clark's Hill, and I broke off. I think one came off and then I broke the other one off. One time I was with the stash and I broke one off, and that fish jumped out right next to us with a topwater still in its bait. I mean, still in its mouth. Actually, it could it. I don't know. Cast. Now I don't catch along this back here. I will on that point out there catch, but on the way over there, I usually don't catch too many, but we're still gonna throw. Because if you guys have seen that short when we interviewed that fish, That fish told us everything we needed to know. It kept no secrets. It just told us how to get down. We are back to throwing. Hey, there's a bald eagle. Or there's a follically challenged eagle. Since Moon brought to our attention that potentially the eagles might not like to be called bald. So we should be somewhat sensitive to them and say, hey, there are some follically challenged eagles. Maybe if I start calling them follically challenged, they will land on my arm. And they'll be my buddies, but I keep calling them bald, so. Keep calling them bald, so they're all like, dude, don't hang out with that guy. He's a jerk. He just calls us bald. So we've caught 2 fish so far. There is some bait in here. I don't know if the bait is pink, but there's definitely some bait in here. I see it cruising underneath me. I think I just heard a particular bird, but I'm gonna refrain from calling it its regular name because now Moon's got me all conscious of my words, because this other bird is it's known by a certain name, but I'll have to see. Oh, there's a follically challenged eagle. Let me see if I can get a picture of this follically challenged eagle in the tree. I'm assuming we could still call them trees. Are you freaking kidding me, phone? Hurry it up. I don't know where he went. Now he's hiding. You gotta be freaking kidding me, dog. What is your problem? Now I don't know where he went. I wish I could see his follically challenged head, and that would be super easy to spot him, but he moved. He's just chilling right there somewhere, but now I lost him. Because my phone was being stupid. Yes, guys, I get distracted by bald eagles. Those are the only birds usually that I get distracted by. So, my bad. Oh, well. You're going to hate the next name that I have, Steve. Because I believe that I heard a wood male appendage making some noise out there, but I don't know if I'm allowed to call it what it's usually known by. So we'll go with the wood male appendage, and we'll start there, see if we can maybe come up with something a little more acceptable. But wood male appendage bird was over there breaking a hole, busting a hole, whatever they do, beaking a hole. So, I mean, dude, let me ask you a question, Jonathan. Would you like to be called, and I mean, shield your ears, guys. Would you like to be called any kind of pecker? Would you? Would you like to be called that? Hey, here comes Jonathan, the food pecker. Would you like that, bro? We got to start thinking about these birds nowadays and their feelings. So think about that before you say that that word is not offensive. Jonathan the food pecker. See what I'm saying, bro? It's a slippery slope right there. So we will call him the wood male appendage. Just to be safe, as we are now calling sans follicle eagles or follicularly challenged eagles. That's fish number 2 off of this pink spinnerbait. I don't even know, dogs. I quit. I quit. This is fish number 2, and I saw him come out right underneath that little stick up right there. I slowed down that spinnerbait right by it, and he said, oh, a dozen pink roses. Don't mind if I do. I quit. This is the last day of the Rodcast. This is the last day of the Rodcast, and I mean, you guys can say whatever you want, but this makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. It is just a little Juan, but still, I'm pretty sure that's a little Juan. But still, that's fish number 2. Boss, what in the... Oh, Fig is showing up. Well, he showed up a little bit late. He would have seen that fish catch right there. I don't understand it, boys. I do not understand it. I don't understand it, bros. We'll keep throwing it. Some things you don't need to understand. You just need to accept. It's kind of like women. You don't need to understand them, but you need to accept that they exist and you kind of have to figure your way out around them, how to exist in the most peaceful manner with them. We're going to figure out how to exist in the most peaceful manner with this spinnerbait. So, but the homies did say, they said, throw it. Who cares if these guys call you a girl? And I said, whoa, dude. They're going to call me there's another one. They're going to call me a girl? I don't think I can handle that if these guys call me a girl. Uh-oh. You know, I got that real thin skin. If these guys call me a girl, I'm out of here. I'll shut down the Rodcast and hide in my tears. Looks like just another little Juan. What is going on here, bros? This must be like, it must be the effects of fishing all night. That's what this has got to be. That's what this has got to be, because, my dudes, this is one of the oddest situations that we have found in a while. Dude, and this guy, he didn't just, the other guys were just barely hooked right on the edge. This guy is not barely hooked. This guy is fairly hooked. This guy was fairly hooked. Again, another little Juan. Boss. Interesting is an understatement here, boys. Interesting is definitely an understatement. Was that Ruben? What's up, Ruben? How you doing, player? Very, very interesting. I don't even know what time it is, guys. I'm in the twilight zone right now. Now, if we catch a BBL plus on this, bro, we'll call it a day, bro. We're going to shut it down. We are going to, I don't know. What are we going to do? Nobody knows. It's crazy. Look at the dizzy savings. We are throwing a pink spinnerbait. Live. The internet is eternal, and we are throwing a pink spinnerbait. But yeah, bros, shout out to the OGs who put me on this pink spinnerbait. All right, let's continue down this situation here. Let me first throw that top water here for a little bit. See if there's anything with the cojones to bite that spinnerbait. I mean, top water, sorry. Let's try it. Again, this is the pencil popper, 3DB. Let's see. We are in about 8 feet of water, but only really about 4 feet of clearance because the rest is grass. So you see what I'm saying, guys? Like, I just went back and forth right there, didn't even move. I went back and forth like 3 or 4 times, and I'm still roughly in the same spot. I mean, you can burn it fast and cause all kinds of commotion. Now, I will tell you that this guy is heavy, so it will take a toll on your forearm. But if you just work him a little bit like that and let him sit, then you're good. But if you are burning him, that is going to cause a little bit of discomfort after a while. I mean, if you guys can see that, look, it's just going left, right, left, right. It's insane the amount of walking the dog action you can get in such a short distance. And it spits water. It's kind of the combination of a walking the dog bait and a popper. Every now and then you'll get hung up on your hooks if your cadence is a little slower. And also if it's a little more aggressive, because there are times that he basically like turns around. All right, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. I guess we're still throwing that pink spinnerbait. All right, Don sent me a picture. And I have not tried those dices either, or those dice, or that die. I don't know how to pronounce that exactly, but let's see what picture we got here, guys. Don sent us a picture, and we will show you guys the picture. This is what Don sent us. I wasn't tracking completely what was going on in the chat. So my apologies, homies, but I'm currently in shock. We are throwing a pink spinnerbait. This is not a joke. This is not a challenge. This is nothing but a verification of what I was told. The gentleman who gave me this spinnerbait said, "It works, dog. Throw it." I was like, "All right, let's do it." And we have thrown it, and we have caught 3 fish off of it. That was weird. I don't know if that should have been 4, but something weird happened right there. I don't know what exactly But definitely something weird happened. I believe potentially something weird happened right there. Letting it settle in the grass, popping it off the grass, and then slow rolling it over the top of the grass. Once we get closer to the point, we'll throw that top water again just to see. Rob, FOFO? What is that, bro? Find out, find out? What are we talking here, bro? Pink pandemonium. I like that. I like that, Snizook. That is finally one thing. Oh, you know what I didn't do, Snizook? I didn't tie a loop knot on this spinnerbait. I would have probably caught 14 more fish. If I had tied a loop knot on the spinnerbait. Oh, man. Why didn't I? Why didn't I tie a loop knot on that? I mean, I'm sure it would have gone just fine with a spinnerbait. What could have gone wrong? You know what I'm saying? Loop knot on a spinnerbait. Psh, loop knot is the knot. I've been informed. I'm not sure I agree, but I've been informed that loop knot is the knot. Everybody here knows loop knot is the way to go. But now apparently Snizook has fallen out of love with the loop knot. Snizook, you're starting to sound like my brother, bro. He's in and out of love with Kimmy. And mainly when he's out of love with Kimmy, that means that like he's done something stupid and she's mad at him. Not that he's all like, oh yeah, I don't like her anymore. But I'm saying Snizook is my brother of fishing knots. Why did he break up with the loop knot? I don't know. A little bit of eelgrass on there. Ruined that whole frickin' cast. It's a little wind-blown point right here. There is eelgrass right here, so it's going to be a little hard to work anything on the top. Maybe there's not that much eelgrass out there, but there is eelgrass right here. And if you guys are not familiar with Lake Guntersville, it is floating eelgrass that got chopped up somehow, some way. That was very weird. I mean, I don't even know what would happen if I took these to the humps. It might be crazy. Here we go, guys. Let's throw a topwater out there. There's been known to be some big fish right here. Eelgrass. This is what we're talking about, guys. Floating eelgrass. Already got some floating eelgrass. Come on, baby. One time. Appreciate that, Steve. Dude, if something hits that, it should be something of like sizable eelgrass. That time I was on my own hook, mainly because the wind is blowing in the direction he was cruising. Okay, let's go a little further out, like right over there. Ah, yes, Ruben. It was amazing when there was hydrilla mostly out here. And now you got to contend with this floating eelgrass. Rob, that might be true. But if it only likes to make you mad, then why is it out here trying to make me mad? I had a double whammy right there, guys. I was tied up on my own hook, or caught up on my own hook, and I had some eelgrass on there. So that right there was a double whammy. This whammy was pretty whammied. So I don't really have like a defined grass line here. So I'm gonna move out into the sun and we'll go work some of those areas over there. because this pass all the way through. One more cast out here, and then we will get on the main motor and go out. Go out to who knows where. Actually, we might go out to where we started and see if they're a little more cooperative. But let me throw a Mag Dizzy out here for a second before we take off. This is not a full Mag Dizzy. This is a little bit of a chop dizzy. And this will let me catch up on the chat a little bit. So I believe some of, and this is speculation, I do not have backed science, though there was a study done in Michigan, I believe. I don't remember where exactly, but there is a study that says that wake boats, they push down rather than having their engines push back to propel you forward. They push down to create that wake. And I don't know if you have to tilt your motor up and down in order to make that wake, but they tilt down to make that wake, and that wake goes down into the water and just starts tearing up whatever's there. So let's say we're out in the shallow right here. I'm only in 6 feet of water. Now, if I'm cruising with my wake boat and I am now just tearing up all this grass, because my engine is forcing water down, and the grass, I mean, it's just not made for that. So it tears up the dirt, it tears up the grass, and now that grass just goes off floating. So out in the deep, who cares about the wake boats, because they are, I mean, they're not affecting anything out in the channel. But when you go into the shallow, well, now that's a different story, because they're tearing it up. But that also goes for bass boats and stuff like that, because as you're cruising in the shallow, you could be tearing up the grass. But wake boats are a lot more likely to tear up the grass, because just the way they're designed. They're designed to cause that wake so that people can do all their fun wakeboarding and all that other stuff right behind it. Yeah, so I think I saw that, the same thing that Moon is referring to. That's what I saw. It is. I mean, it's crazy, bro. It's an osprey. Well, Snozook, that is not the call of the Rodcast to make. We can only deal with the repercussions. We do not We don't, I mean, contrary to popular belief, we do not have that kind of political clout that we could just call for a ban of wake boats. Or ban of wake boats in certain areas of the lake. We lack that clout. So, you've come to the wrong... Dude, I was gonna go get some water and this fish decided that it wanted me to go in the opposite direction. But to say the least, I missed that fish. I don't know what size that fish was, but he caught me slipping, bros, because I was walking like this. All of a sudden, I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I couldn't even get into hook setting position. All right, let's see if he thinks I'm gonna get some water, if it'll bite me again. Stupid fish. I'm not sure what size it was, guys. I just know that it wanted to go in a different direction. All right. All right. I can't believe I missed that fish. And that's gonna anger me because now the question is, do I continue looking for that fish or his buddies? Was it a 10-pounder, dog? Could you tell by the way that it was pulling? I kind of feel like it was a smaller fish because if it was a 10-pounder, it would have just gone thunk and just chilled there and been all like, yeah, whatever. I ain't going anywhere. But if it was a little guy, it'd be all like, oh, I don't want my homie to get this from me. Unless there was a crew of 10-pounders. All right, we'll throw 3 casts out here to see if we can figure out where that fish went. Man, if that's the case, Steve, do you know how many 10-pounders I've lost? Like 1 million. Oh, also, guys, in my downtime, apparently the TV was on freeform, I think. I think that's the channel they kept on saying. And I ended up watching Herbie. Why? I don't know, bro. I was watching Herbie and thinking the whole time, what happened to you, Lindsay Lohan? Like that. That's just a travesty, bro. Whatever happened to Lindsay Lohan? Oh, so sad. She had so much potential. So much potential. I could see her potential. She had a lot of potential, and drugs or whatever the case may be, it destroyed a lot of that potential. The movie itself was not the greatest movie, but you see, Steve, it was a little Juan. That's why he ran away like a little wussy boy, huh? So, the movie itself, I mean, I'd have to be like Jason and be on like 14 Locos or 16 because they come in fours. So I would have to be like on 16 Locos in order to be all like, okay, this movie is super legit and believable. So I will definitely give it less stars than The Hunt for Red October, but barely, because it did have Lindsay Lohan and all her potential. So that's a little one, a little Juan. So it was kind of iffy right there. There was no singing in the movie. There was no real like crazy weird love story, you know, like where chicks are like, oh my God, that's such a love story, but it isn't. It's really what they would call something else in real life. But, oh, and the other thing, bros, I believe that Bill Belichick, I believe that he is the Herbie of our day, because Herbie, he got to date this, he got to date, at the end of the movie, he was dating this very much younger than him VW bug, and everybody was cool with it. So I don't know how I felt about that, because I was like, yo, Herbie, you're like, let's see, you're probably from the 1960s. I don't know when VW bugs were made, the old school OG ones. So if you're from the 1960s, I believe the movie was, moderator, check me on this, was the movie 2005. Uh, 2002. So let's just say that Herbie was made in 1965. I don't know when VW Bugs came out. 1965, that right there is about 37 years. 37 years, and that bug was just made. So, I mean, that's kind of weird, but I guess cars don't age like people do. But even if when a car is finally made, we determine that the car was an adult at that point in time, dude, that means that Kirby's chick was 18 and he was $1 million. So, I mean, maybe he's 37 and she's, I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't know when VW bugs were made. But that right there, bro, 1938. Oh, it's 2005. Okay, never mind, guys. Now, Herbie, first year of, okay, so let's just assume that he's not in the first year. Let's say that he's 40, 1940. So that's 65 years old, and he's dating a brand new bug. Now, I don't know if I'm jelly or like what the deal is, but all I'm saying is, what was that all about? They even make reference to it in the movie. They say, she's too young for you. I don't know, but again, he just won a race. He won a race. He's now a famous NASCAR car. And then all of a sudden, that young bug starts looking his way. So is she totally innocent? She might not be. She might be a gold digger. And before, when Herbie was just an old car, she was like, ew, that's disgusting. But then Herbie won a NASCAR race. I think it was NASCAR. And then all of a sudden she's all like, hey Herbie, how you doing? Wow, have you been working out? And Herbie's all like, look chick, I barely won a race, but I've been into you since before the race and whatnot. And now she's paying attention to him. What the fun? What the fun? She's paying attention to him now, and I don't know. These got to be smaller fish, guys. We're about to bounce because we are not looking for these smaller fish. But you see what I'm saying, guys? There's probably two sides of this story. Like, is Bill Belichick's chick? Do we think that, and this is going to get a little superficial and we're just speculating, do a show of hands, please. How many dudes think that Bill Belichick's girlfriend, we've seen her, if you haven't, well, just know that she's way younger than Belichick. But how many of you guys think that Bill Belichick's girlfriend thinks that he is the hottest dude that she's ever seen, and she's like, oh my God, I love him. Oh my God, I'm so attracted to him. How many of you guys think that? A show of hands, please. Please, a show of hands. And maybe I'm just being superficial. And maybe like we gotta look deeper into her heart. And somehow she started talking to this gentleman. And then she found out, oh my God, he's such a deep individual and just such a warm heart. So, a show of hands. Okay, well, I don't see any hands just yet. So, let's say this. Let's see a show of hands of people who, and this is just speculation, that would more likely because I believe potentially that she claims she didn't know who Bill Belichick was, but either way, wherever she met him, I'm sure that it wasn't at a dog park or it wasn't just out at the Circle K or something. It had to have been an area where people with bank hang out, which I don't know where that is. But either way, let's see a show of hands of people who think that she was all like, look, I can ride this out, and I use that term loosely. I can ride this out until he's too old, and next thing you know, I'll be rich. I ain't got to do nothing because I'm cruising with Bill Belichick. Now, a show of hands, please, of who thinks that that is really what's going on. Oh, bromance. He gets that kind of set up when he's wearing that assassin merch. That's what's up. All right, Senor Ortiz. These prenups nowadays, bro, they are set up to where, sure, they're not going to get all their cash, but they get broken off a piece, bro. So they usually go into this and say, okay, you're not going to, let's say Bill Belichick, and this is speculation, I don't know what his bank account says, but let's say Bill Belichick has, let's say, 300 million. Well, he ain't going to care if he's down, let's say, 20 million. He's going to be like, yeah, whatever. So if for some reason we divorce and it's my fault, then, okay, cool. You could have 20 million of my money because you had to put up with my saggy, let's just say skin. Let's say my saggy skin. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that there are situations like that in the prenup because they're not just gonna get into this situation and be left broke, bro. Like, these chicas are not stupid. They are there and they're like, okay, well, what do I get out of this? Because I gotta make sure that in the end, I'm wasting my youth on this vato, so what am I going to get out of this? I believe that to be the situation, but I don't know. So, me, Creel Bromance, it seems like those are the ones that are even paying attention. Hey, Senor Ortiz, we just said saggy skin, dog. We said saggy skin because we don't know, dog. You know. Saggy skin, bro. That's as far as we can go on the Rodcast. We are PG-13. All we are saying is saggy skin. Snazook's still focused on the VW Bug. I mean, that's what I'm saying, bro. So let me ask you a question there, GM. You say if your daughter comes home with an old man, what if that old man is, I don't know who you'd be cool with. Let's say that old man is Bill Belichick. Are you still making Bill Belichick eat through a straw? Or are you going to be like, well, hold on, it's Bill Belichick. He's a Hall of Famer. He's not just any rando old man off the streets. He's Bill Belichick. Let's say, so here's a different question. Let's say it was Tom Brady and she comes home with Tom Brady, assuming that she's already of age and she can make her own choices and whatnot. Would you be all like, okay, it's Tom Brady, let me think about this for a second? Or would you be all like, Tom Brady, I hope you enjoyed your last meal chewing? Like, what are we talking about here, bro? Because are we talking random old men, because yeah, random old men, okay, send them to their grave or whatever the case may be. But if it's Tom Brady, because think about your son-in-law is Tom Brady. Your son-in-law is not somebody who's like, well, one, I don't think Tom Brady's older than you are, but he's Tom Brady, dog. Your son-in-law, which as long as he's not older than you, and this won't be too weird, but your son-in-law is Tom Brady. Do we look past it at that point in time and be like, whoa, Tom Brady, let me wear his rings for a second. He gave me one of these as like a wedding present to me. He was all like, here you go, GM. I thought I'd give you my Super Bowl 20 whatever, or 52 or whatever. I don't know what Super Bowl we're on. I give you my Super Bowl Roman numeral. Who knows what they are, bro? But I give you this ring right here because I respect you. So what then, bro? Do we say, nah, old man, he dies anyways? And then you're gonna, I mean, well, for one, you'd end up going to jail, but I don't think that's a concern of yours. You're like, I'm taking him out. But two, you would be like, all of America would hate you because you've just taken away an American icon. All right, so Brady's gonna need crutches. Dang. All right, so we know that GM stands on principle. He's like, look, I'm not gonna murder Brady, but he's gonna have to leave on crutches. Maybe Brady's not a good example. Maybe he really hates Brady already. All right, let me try and figure out. GM, who does he? GM, what if, I don't know who, but let's just go with, what if Rick Clunn, which is extremely old, but what if Rick Clunn was all like, hey GM, I really love your daughter. I'm an old classic man. I'm a classic man because I've been to the classic a couple times and whatnot, but I'm a classic man. You know, I'm a gentleman. I got the old school ways. I'm Rick Clunn. I'm a legendary fisherman. I will teach you all my secrets. I give you one of my Bassmaster trophies, whatever the case is. Are we still murdering Rick Clunn? Does Rick Clunn and the not condone murder? We are just speculating at this time. The Rodcast is strongly against murder. Yo, bro, we said your daughter was already old enough to make her own decisions, not 12, bro, because we would all band together and we would dispose of said gentleman who ends up at your house, no matter who it was. We would dispose of him all together, allegedly. Again, the Rodcast is strongly opposed to murder in the first, second, or third degree. However many degrees there are of murder, the Rodcast is strongly against it. But I'm saying, if she was already old enough to make her own decisions, it's a totally different ball game, bro. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. Now, I really hate to say this name because it's going to bring up, it's going to unleash the Snozook of the world. But what if she came home with like a George Soros? Somebody who's like a bazillionaire. Well, let's forget about George Soros because we don't want to unleash Snozook. That gets crazy. What if she came home with a Michael Jordan? A billionaire, bro. A billionaire, Michael Jordan. And MJ was all like, hey, Mr. GM, what's up? I'm Michael Jordan, and I've won 6 championships, and I'm undefeated. So, like, I am the GOAT, but, you know, I just happen to love your daughter, and I'm the GOAT. Of course, she's of age. Do we then say, Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan, you are part of the family. Do we then say, Michael Jordan, welcome to the family? Pull a chair up. In fact, you could have my recliner anywhere you want. This is your house, bro. You're Michael Jordan. Or do we still say, all right, Michael Jordan, you're old. We're going to have to fight. What do we do here, boys? Okay, GM, are you saying Jordan is going to need a medic? Yeah, bro. Jordan's 60 daughter was, let's just say, would you allow her to date 2-year-old Michael Jordan and be okay with it? Yeah, Michael Jordan 2, whatever, dog. You're the GOAT. What is the answer to that question? This is probably a little Juan. It's a little spotted bass caught on the Mag Dizzy. Just a little spotted bass who shot off my Mag Dizzy, you son of a fish. Uh-oh. But you guys can discuss amongst yourselves. Michael Jordan. Does he get a pass? These are those thought-provoking questions that you'll only find on the Rodcast. Does Michael Jordan get to date your daughter? Keep in mind, she barely turned 18 and she comes home with Michael Jordan. What happens? All right, guys. Surgery done. Little spotted bass, a fatty. Spotted bass swam away. But I don't know where my Mag Dizzy worm went. It flew into the boat, but I don't know where it went. So let's see what the homie said. All right, so Mr. Ortiz said that the goat would go home as a headless goat. I mean, he'd still have his head, but not in the same location that he came with. So he would still have his head. It would just be headless at that moment. It was relocated. Because that's a tough one, guys. That's MJ. You've just added MJ to the family. You've added MJ to the family. You can go around telling everybody, hey guys, MJ is my son-in-law. And imagine how many cigars you guys and the fine whiskey or whatever he drinks. I don't know what he drinks. But imagine, bros. Okay. All right, GM. But here's the thing. It's different because you're married. They would logically just say, hey, bro, you're married. How would you be dating my daughter? It's just logic, bro. Right there, it just wouldn't play. It would be all like, oh, yeah, okay, never mind. Because then your wife would murder you. So now the only one that died was GM because he got murdered by his wife for asking that question to MJ. And then MJ's all like, oh, well, I guess there's no GM to ask for the hand in marriage. So I guess we're okay now. Ah, dude, and then Jordan would be at your funeral, bro. Dang. I don't think he'd cry like he did at Kobe's, but he would be at your funeral and then he'd say some kind words. He'd be all like, you know what? I was really looking forward to getting to know my future father-in-law, but then my future mother-in-law murdered him. So that's not possible. But don't worry. He will be remembered. You see what I'm saying, dog? These videos, play them all out. Because things can go real quick. What if MJ wanted to date his own daughter? What? Well, hold on. MJ's not president, nor has he ever gone. Nor has he ever ran for president, bro. Colin, I think you're mixing together some potential unconfirmed facts. But let's stick to the subject at hand, as I got a drop of water straight into the corner of my eye. It's a tricky question for anybody, guys. Very tricky. Get our souls checked on this Rodcast. And that's what happens when you guys leave me off the water too long. All of a sudden I get to watch a Herbie movie, and next thing you know, we're talking about Bill Belichick and older men dating younger women. And then the chaos begins. Moral of the story is, I should stay on the boat all my life so that I don't get to see movies and start hooking up with a car. Back of that. Anyways. Hopefully you guys didn't see my chones right there. It's just I had to quickly deploy the trolling motor. Who raised the trolling motor up to 9? Not me. Well, so here's the thing, Rob. I believe that if I'm Belichick, now I'm like, okay, I'm going to put into my prenup that if I die of unnatural causes, well, then this chica gets nothing. In fact, everybody needs to look in her direction because I believe she murdered my sexy, saggy butt. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just assuming that when I'm that age, I'm going to be just, a heartthrob. You know what I'm saying? And this is only in Minecraft. Moderator, don't murder me. I'm just being Bill Belichick. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, in Minecraft, I would have to say that I would be smart enough, or at least hopefully my attorneys would be smart enough to put that stipulation in there like, hey, if I get murdered, then yeah, we're just gonna not pay this chick any money. So she better hope that I am the healthiest fool known to man. Plus, I'm not gonna let her prepare me any meals. I'm not gonna be all like, oh, you wanna make me a dinner? How romantic. I'm gonna be like, no, I got chefs to do that. And that's it. I'm just gonna run this top water through here real quick, guys. I know we have limited time left, but I'm gonna try and keep up with the chat also, because it is, the chat is starting to get chatty. It's starting to get ripe. It's starting to get how we like it. It's starting to get Rodcasty. See, that's the beauty of Jordan, Snazook. The beauty of Jordan is that nobody knows his political stance, because he understands that sports is sports and that's it. He has not gone out on a limb and done anything and said, hey, I believe in this or I believe in that. He knows he's Jordan, and I believe, I don't know if this is an actual quote, but it is speculated that Jordan said both Republicans and Democrats buy shoes. So why would he even get involved in that, bro? So that's the beauty of Jordan, dog. Jordan just went out, laced them up, handled business. And he was great for that. We didn't have to hear him crying about everything under the sun. Be like, yo, dog, what's the deal? Like, I came to watch sports, bro. The one outlet where I can just hang out and not worry about all the stupidities happening in the world. Can't I just watch sports? So, yeah, bro. I believe that Jordan was just, look, bro, let me be. I'm making bank. I'm good. This is getting a little difficult to work and let him sit there. He's getting hung up on my fishing string, fishing line, fishing whatever you want to call it. $3.5 billion, and Jordan walks in saying, hey, I'm dating your daughter. That's a tough one. I'm trying for that top water bite, guys. I don't think it's gonna happen. Dang, there's a bait ball. Underneath me. There are now arches underneath me. If I had to guess, I would say that these are white bass, but I'm not a good guesser when it comes to that. But I will throw a crankbait right in front of me, and we will see what comes out of here. Actually, I should probably throw it behind me because They are now in the past. Let's see, it is green, but it is not big. So cool, but not cool. Oh no, it's a white bass. Never mind, guys. Never mind. If a white bass came to my house and said that it wanted to date my daughter, I would murder the white bass. But that's just me. I'm not a fan of white bass. Excuse me, white bass. Let me step on your tail real quick so that I can see what we're gonna do here. You're slowing down my process here, dog. You son of a fish. Haha, you son of a fish. So I would assume that was white bass that we saw down there. Just a white bass, guys. Nobody cares about that. Let's get on that, shall we? There's a lot of speculation about MJ. All we care about is if MJ came to your house. We're not talking about MJ's political beliefs. Hey, that reminds me there, bro. GM, did you ever throw those mag dizzies? I will do one better, Alabama Bassin. The Rodcast is not the place for politics, because this is the place to get away from the world. We don't care about that whole situation. We are out here on the water to forget that people are stupid. We are out here to remember, oh yeah, fishing's cool. All right, guys, we are positioned right where we want to be, and we are going to throw this top water for a little bit. See what happens out here. Well, that was terrible. Okay, so that's not gonna be great. I'm gonna have to continue moving this because the wakes and the wind are bringing him and making my line wrap up once I stop. If I continue the action, then we're good. But if I stop, it gets caught on his line. What the heck? uh, so we kind of stopped throwing Mrs. Pinky. We went back to the Mag Dizzy for a little bit. Now we're throwing a top water, that 3dB pencil popper. Trying to get that low light top water bite. Don't scroll up in the chat, Al. It got weird. It's almost like we were on a different channel. All right, guys. Well, I slow roll that. Enjoy that. That felt weird. I just assumed we were going to, GM. And I was gonna cry about it because the next one would be in September, so it'd be a little cooler. And then I'm gonna cry because I'm gonna be like, it's cold out here, GM. I wanna go home. But more than likely, I'll just come out here prepared and suffer in silence, bro. But still tell you guys about it. So, without silence. Of course Unlimited said that, bro. You heard him through the compartment. He basically Morse coded that through the compartment. It was like tunk 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 tunk. Bros, what would happen if I was on the boat and then I heard a tap through the compartment? If I heard a tapping through the compartment while I was alone, I would just leave the compartment closed and I would notify you guys and be all like, dudes, either Unlimited or Natasha is tapping through the compartment trying to get my attention. And at that point in time, bros, all bets would be off and I'd be like, let's figure out what we want to do here. Do we want to continue out here or do we want to freedom punch some holes in the boat? I mean, Rangers can't sink, so we will figure out something. I don't know, that's between Unlimited and Natasha, bro. I don't really get involved. Oddly enough, I haven't got a bite off of this. Weird. I've gave these fools a day off. What's their deal? What are they looking for? 2 days off? But yes, dudes, we have continued our 30 times 3 plus some number of days of continual fishing. Or continuous fishing. Dudes, the moderator had made what I think are calzones. She had made some calzones last night. I ate them. They were good. And I was really hanging out at the house waiting for her to, I was hoping that she would give it to me for breakfast. And she didn't. So I was like, okay, that's dumb. But then I was all like, okay, she'll give me the calzone for lunch. And she didn't. So then I was like, okay, that's dumb. And hopefully, maybe she can give me one for dinner, but I don't know. She might be just trying to make me suffer here. I don't know what her problem is, why she would be like that. Yo, Rob, I mean, it would be just as scary right now if it happened with me alone. I can assure you that. If I was here and it was like, thunk, 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 and I'd be like, all right, guys, we're about to see how fast Silver can really go. And Silver may have to just spend the night at the dock. I'm gonna tie her up and just run away and never return. You'll be eating it for dinner? What the heck is that? You saw it, guys. You saw it. The moderator has threatened my life on the Rodcast. It was only a matter of time, guys. We knew that it was going to happen. She has threatened my life. She said I will have dinner. So, this could be the last Rodcast that we have, guys. Enjoy that sunset, whatever's left of it, because the moderator has made her intentions known. She will be giving me dinner. I'm assuming that's like the dinner you are served when you're on death row. They're like, what is your dinner? And you got to choose. You got to be like, well, I would like the most expensive this and this. But apparently my dinner is going to be a calzone. So maybe I should have rethought what I wanted my dinner to be. I mean, it's not a bad dinner, but it is actually potentially my last dinner. So, you know, you got to see the field differently. Jonathan, I don't think you were here for that episode where we've discussed the moderator smothering me with love. The term smothering me with love is, the term smothering me with love means that the moderator, it's not big, guys. It's just a buzzer beater. Puro chiquito right here. The term smothering me with love comes from the fact that as I sleep, the moderator then makes me pay for every stupidity that I've said. It's gonna look like a giant, guys, but this is really tiny. But that is a sunset bass. It is really tiny. So as I sleep, the moderator takes a pillow and presses it on my face to the point where I assume that I am about to run out of oxygen. And then, because she does not want to go to prison, she then removes the pillow so that I can breathe. Because that's, I mean, I'm gonna see if there's a correlation, but some nights I'm like, I don't really feel that rested. What just happened? What happened last night? But if I was thinking, then I would say, wait a second, how many stupidities did I tell the moderator? Were they really bad stupidities? Let me see. So that I can put 2 and 2 together and be all like, on the nights that I don't sleep well, I believe that's when I said something crazy before and she's smothering me with love during the night, and I wake up and I'm like, dude, I don't know why I'm so tired. I just know that I did not sleep well, and maybe I should go see a doctor. Now, I'm gonna have to look at, I have the Garmin watch, so the nights that I sleep with it, I'm gonna have to see if my heart rate gets elevated at any point in time, if my oxygen levels go down. Who knows? But I'm just saying. Oh yes, this is all allegedly, bro. It has not been proven just yet. So it's all alleged, nothing proven, but we believe. There's speculation that she does. She smothers me with love, and I don't know. If every day I seem a little bit dumber, guys, it's probably because my brain was lacking oxygen at some point in time, be it at night or whatever. But my brain lacks oxygen. I don't think that I have sleep apnea or anything like that. I think I just have the inability to breathe, allegedly. What the heck is going on here? Am I night fishing, or what the heck is going on here? How is this wrapped up all over the place? I had less chaos during night fishing than I do right now. Oh, I appreciate that, GM. I don't know what snapped is. GM, I utilized my my Bane senses, bro. I let them know. Oh, you think darkness is your ally? I was born in it. You merely adopted the darkness. That was my worst Bane voice. Currently, I have my ascot on, and it is not allowing my vocal cords to vocalize. Oh, my dad has said, hey, bro, blah, blah, blah. This is how this chick did this and got away with it. And I'm like, what do I care, bro? I don't think that I'm on the verge of getting murdered by somebody in my house. So I would much rather live an ignorant existence at that point in time and believe that the moderator was the nicest person I've ever met and I just died unexpectedly. You know what I'm saying? So when I finally make it into what I presume to be the pearly gates, they're all like, yo, what's up, dog? You weren't supposed to be here for a while. And I'm like, well, how'd I get here? All right, so you see what happened was, and they're gonna be, I was like, oh man, the moderator did that? But see, that's a double-edged sword for the moderator right there, guys, because let's think about this. If the moderator takes me out, she chooses to take me out, well, first few days are gonna be bliss for her. Let's say they don't bust her, right? First few days are gonna be bliss, and she's just gonna be like, oh my God, the peace and quiet, this is amazing. But then, afterwards, next couple days, next couple weeks, she's gonna be all like, there's something missing. There's something missing in my life. Something, I need whatever is missing now. Oh no, so she's gonna lose her mind because she can't find it anymore, right? Because I've left the earth. But then after that, it's a double-edged sword because now she's going to be missing that. She's the reason that I'm no longer there. And eventually I don't know all the rules, but somebody bit my butt. That's what happened. I don't know all the rules per se, but eventually she's not, God forbid, but it's going to be her time eventually. And then when that happens, she's no longer going to be able to go to the pearly gates, I would assume. And then I'm going to be up there and I'll be like, yo, I've been checking for the moderator. Like, where is she? And they'll be like, oh, yeah, so you see, she kind of murdered you, allegedly, but confirmed at that point in time. But she kind of murdered you, allegedly. And so she's kind of in a different place. And I'll be like, what? So then they will send the moderator to a different realm, an area where bad people go. And then I'm going to be all like, well, that sucks. So it's going to be like a double whammy, a triple whammy, a lot of whammies. And I'm just going to be all like, oh, poor moderator. She has to spend the rest of her eternity in whatever area she's in, but without me. I would just assume without me was already that place, you know what I'm saying? So, anyways, so that fish bit off my worm, so I had to switch to a shaky head. And it head with just a regular dizzy on it, dizzy diamond. Let's see what we got here, boys and girls. Remember, we got to be a little bit cautious because we almost got guard. This is not a guard. You're gonna mess up my worm, you son of a fish. It is not a gar, but it also is not the hugest fish we've caught. Is this just a regular dizzy? This might be a full-blown mag dizzy. I can't see right now. Feels like a full-blown mag dizzy. So yeah, guys, multiple whammies in that scenario. What the fish? This is just a little Juan. It is a decent little Juan, but nonetheless, a little Juan. Me and this little Juan are both confused what's taking so long. My night vision has succumbed to daylight vision. Daylight come and me one go home. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot, blah. Daylight come and me wanna go home. Let's put a little bit of light on it, guys. This is just a little Juan. It is not huge, just a little Juan right there, just so you can see it. So yeah, guys, I feel like it would be a double whammy for the moderator, but who am I? I can't answer for her. And that fish interrupted my rant, and so I can't see what was said in the chat. Now that might be a no, that's just a regular dizzy. I think that's not a mag dizzy. Yo, peace out, Senor Ortiz. Oh, we're talking about inventing teleportation technology. Oh, that's good. Leaving evidence internet to frame the moderator. I don't know, moderator. I haven't seen that show, so I don't know how it goes. Do people frame them? This is like is the dude Grisham or something, one of those novels? The dude who did I don't know, is it The Firm or like books like that? Maybe The Pelican Brief? Is that the dude? I don't know the author. I'm just asking if that's the dude. Is it the dude? Dang, there's lightning happening in this direction. That fish was a 2-pounder GM, but I don't know. There's some lightning in this direction, guys, in case you want to see it. Now, GM, when we do that moon fishing, we're gonna have to see. Everything's gotta align. Weather, cloud cover. Hopefully no more ghost stories, but all that has to come into play. Oh, Dead Rabbit saying that he thinks that he would let the moderator ascend just on the act itself and be like, look, you saved a lot of people from torment, so you get to ascend. In fact, you get to ascend to heaven, and this dude, we've been wanting to send him the other way. So since both of you guys can't hang out together, we'll send him and we'll keep you. That'll probably be what happens. So Dead Rabbit, you're probably right. You're probably right. And then I'm gonna be, here's the perfect scenario, bros. I'm gonna be over there, and then I'm gonna be all like, once I enter the other area, I'm gonna be there, and the first thing I'm gonna hear is, away, away. And I'll be like, oh, son of a fish. Oh dear, oh dear. Away, what are you doing here, Way? Shh, bro, I've been waiting for you, dog. I knew it, dog. And I'm like, oh, this son of a... And then I would be truly in a bad situation. Moon knows, bro. If I hear away, it's over, dog. I know exactly where I am at. I'm like, how did this happen? How did we get to this situation here? I was the one who was murdered, allegedly. And that sent me here with this vato? Oops. Talk about irony. I don't even know what I'm doing outside right now, guys. I should be ending the Rodcast. What time is it? 8:25. Thank you, Jarvis. I'm not trying to go all night here, guys. That little Juan right there should have been enough for me to just be all like, all right, guys, see you tomorrow. Possibly early, possibly not. Who knows? Well, that's terrible. We got about 3 more casts, guys, and then we will skedaddle. We don't want to get scared out here. I could fish forever with him. Rob, you kidding me, dog? Even then, that fool would be like, no, dog, I couldn't make it because I was over here with these, I couldn't make it because I was over here with these, demon chicks. And I know we say we were going fishing, so that, I mean, because I assumed that in the location that I'm at, that I would just zero because that's what you do when you're there, because that's why you're there. It's not to enjoy yourself, it's to zero. So I would zero and be all like, okay, cool. But at least, will you Son of a fish, you ruined my worm. All right, guys, that is another little one. Boom. It's a little spotty. Just a little spotty, bros. And this is just a regular dizzy. Oh, I know what I did. That night, I just picked this off of the floor. Yeah, actually it was in the morning because I was all like, okay, I gotta get a quick bite so that I can be relieved of duty. In order to do so, I picked up this Dizzy Diamond that was on the floor. And I said, let's make it work with this guy. And then we got a bite and we were relieved of duty. It's all coming back to me like it was yesterday, which I think for the record, it was yesterday. Man, how many times do you get to say that? It's all coming back to me like it was yesterday, and it was actually yesterday. Well, that's weird. Silver never needs gas. Yes, a floor worm, and do not submit none of that stuff to the society, bro. We do not want any of that right now, as I am alone. Rob, there's no telling how long this guy has been on the floor. He's just been chilling down there, waiting for his shot. He's like, put me in, coach. Put me in. And I'm like, well, okay, now's your time to shine, Vato. It all makes sense. There is one more boat out here that will hear my screams, but that is it. I mean, you guys will hear them, but I don't think you guys will care. I mean, guys, if I gave that lizard a chance, I'll give any bait a chance. I am here for the downtrodden baits who are overlooked and passed over for those newer, shinier baits, like the ones that GM bought. I'm like, yo, give me a floor worm, dog. Give me a floor worm and hold my, what's a good one? Not my reel. Definitely not my rod, because that's weird. Hold my camera, maybe. Who knows? You would call 911 for me, bro, but what are you gonna report? 911, what is your emergency? All right, so there's this Vato who floats around and he fishes around and finds out. Well, I guess I could have gone without that information, but focus, what's going on? Oh yeah, so he's got this show, it's called the Rodcast. Very few subscribers, but they're kind of growing a little bit. And we talk about stuff and be like, sir, what is your emergency? I'm not exactly sure what my emergency is. It's not really my emergency, it's his emergency. I think something happened to him because we heard him scream. Now, he screamed like a little girl, so I'm not exactly sure what happened. And those are all the details I got. It's dark, we can barely see anything. Usually he talks all the time and we can't hear him, so that's not natural. He didn't say he was gonna do a mic off moment, so something weird happened, something out of the ordinary. Can you help him? Sir, you have given us no details to figure out where this gentleman is. I'm not sure he's a gentleman. Sir, I believe that's irrelevant. No, it does matter because, I mean, like, how do we address him? I don't think we've ever addressed him as a gentleman. But either way, I think his name is the Latin Bassassin, but sir, nobody on this green earth is named Latin Bassassin. So please give me a detail that, okay, we believe he's he's fishing Lake Guntersville. Where on the lake? Currently, I think he was on Comfort Hump. Sir, do you have any coordinates? Comfort Hump is the closest we got, okay? Please go save him. That's all that's gonna happen, bro. And they're just gonna click. They'll be like, I don't know what happened here, guys. This guy, he called in, nobody knows. No good information was given. Guntersville said he was sleepwalking on the front deck. Yeah, see, those vague details are going to do nothing but confuse the help, and the help is going to be all like, all right, guys, I don't know if this was a prank call or if this was legit, but the call we got said that there was some dude and he was fishing and he screamed like a little girl and they didn't hear from him again. How they were listening to him, I don't know. Said something about a Rodcast. I don't know what that means. Did he cast and then they didn't hear from him again? Or what's the deal? How exactly did this come about? All right, guys, I got 2 more casts in me and then I am going home to eat. The word calzone, it's kind of weird, bro, because like in Spanish, like you say your underwear are your calzones. Calzones, but sometimes I say, oh yeah, like I shorten it and I'm like, oh yeah, these are some dirty calzones. But now that's weird because calzones sound like calzones, calzones. So I'm gonna go eat some calzones. It's kind of weird. So I'm not going to go home and eat dirty underwear. I am just going, I mean, I didn't say dirty calzones, so why did I say dirty underwear? I don't know, but I'm not gonna go home and eat underwear. I'm just going to go home and eat a known meal of some sort, an Italian meal that sounds like underwear when said in Spanish. So this is my last cast, bros. Okay, GM used the African magic. Rob, I've already cast it. Currently, my line is wrapped up all on my rod. How that happened, I don't know. Probably because I got all excited about the calzones. All right, Rob's going to bed. All right, let's work this bait back. Dudes, it's very peaceful out here. Not a boat in sight. I don't see the moon. Moon, what's going on, bro? I wasn't whistling, I don't think. Just for the record, bro, I do whistle while I twerk. You know what I'm saying? All right, Rob, that was the last cast, dog. I whistle while I twerk, bro. But I wasn't twerking, so I wasn't whistling. So none of that adds up. La son of a gun, Jarvis. Jarvis, you are not charged. All right, guys, so Jarvis is not charged, so I'm gonna have to do this by feel. My light. Jarvis, he cannot make light. Pues que pues, Jarvis? Who didn't charge you? Bro, you never heard that song, Whistle While You Twerk? I think that's a song. I believe Whistle While You Twerk is a song, or at least a verse in a song. Later, Rob. Hey, Rob, tell me if you want a Taco Warehouse gift card or a Bass Pro Shop gift card. That way I could order it for you, bro. Let's turn this down so that I can see around here. All right. All right, guys. It is dark. It is dark out here. Let's turn this to, well, it doesn't matter. Let's just lower the brightness. Yeah, bro, you think I'm that crazy? I'm just out here revealing my secrets, my twerking secrets. I'm just out here and I'm like, yo, just FYI, Moon, I whistle while I twerk. And then you're like, what the heck? This fool says he's out there twerking. And I'm like, nah, dog, that's a song. And I whistle while I twerk, just FYI. So I'm not totally crazy, Moon. Contrary to popular belief, I have not lost my mind being out on the water for 30 times 3 plus so many consecutive days of fishing. The insanity continues. We haven't done in a while, guys, is work the riprap. We're not doing it now, but we haven't worked the riprap at the end of the day. Working the riprap, I mean, it was good stuff, so why would it not be good stuff now? You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna have to make sure that we don't have eelgrass on it, but if we don't have eelgrass, then we could definitely work the riprap and pull off a fish or two. Because that's where we get them buzzer beaters. Buzzer beater. Oh, FYI, guys, public service announcement. It seems like the exit here at what is this place called? At Civitan, that exit that they were working on, that they were creating, it is now done. So you can now exit, at least as far as I could see, you can exit out into traffic off of, or out of the, if you're headed to Arab, you can exit out into traffic right there instead of having to go to the Y or whatever that is over there on Sunset Drive or whatever. So that information right there, guys, is somewhat helpful to some of you. I don't know. I mean, to me, it's an okay improvement, but it really doesn't help when you're coming from Arab and you're trying to take a left, because you still can't take a left there. So you got a problem. You know what I'm saying? You see that, guys? The Rodcast brings some helpful information, bros. Not just ridiculous anecdotes and crazy stupidities. We also bring the local knowledge, what's available, what's not, where you can go, where you can't, things of that nature. Yo, I know. All I know. Sorry, guys. Give me a moment. I was looking for that outro, bros. I couldn't find it, dogs.
Hey, yeah.
I'll be back.
Hey, Guntersville, on the lake, we chillin', grillin', LA and GM even Creel too. Unlimited calling, yeah, that's the crew. Unlimited calling, yeah, that's the crew. Unlimited calling, yeah, that's the crew. Guntersville, riding on silver, ripping and spilling. Wake up early, sun on the rise, waves getting sharp like blades in the skies. Throttle down, silver skates on glass, both slicing clean like a samurai slash. Krill got the bait lines heavy with dreams, unlimited vision, plotting schemes. Callers on the deck, calling up plays. LA and G, I'm setting the blaze. Engine growl, yeah, that's our sound. Lake so smooth, feel skybound. Guntersville gang, we own this town. Guntersville, on the lake, we chillin', thrillin'. LA and GM even Creel too. Unlimited calling, yeah, that's the crew. Unlimited calling, yeah, Fishtails big, but the crew stays bold. Trophies stacking like chips in a game. Legends of the lake, yeah, they know our name. Life jackets whacked out, neon and black. Cooler on deck, snack stack to the max. Silver's weight cutting the lightning streak. Guntersville is flow, unique technique. Villains on the water, hearts of gold. Stories told, but the lake's still cold. Riding waves, carving paths unseen. Guntersville fam, we the dream team. You taking me? Dope jack in it. Waves like blaze down, silver boats like samurai flash. Grill with the bait lines heavy with unlimited vision. Plotting schemes, callers on the deck, calling the plays. LA and G, I'm setting the blaze. Engine growl, yeah, that's our sound. Lake so smooth, feel skybound. Guntersville gang, we own this town. Gunter's villains, Gunter's villains. On the lake, we chillin', thrillin'. LA and G, I'm even Creole too. Unlimited calling, yeah, that's the crew. Unlimited calling, yeah, that's the crew. Unlimited calling, yeah, that's the crew. Gunter's villains, Gunter's villains. Riding on silver, ripping and spilling. Dockside vibes where the stories unfold. Fishtails big, but the crew stays bold. Trophies stacking like chips in a game. Legends of the lake, yeah, they know our name. Life jackets whacked out, neon and black. Cooler on deck, snack stack to the max. Silver's weight cutting the lightning streak. Guntersville is flow, unique technique. Villains on the water, hearts of gold. Stories told, but the lake's still cold. Riding waves, carving paths unseen. Guntersville fam, we the dream team. You taking me? Dope jack in it. Sharp like blades in the skies, throttle down, silver skates on glass, boat slicing clean like a samurai slash. Grill got the bait lines heavy with dreams, unlimited vision, plotting schemes, callers on the deck, calling the plays. LA and G, I'm setting the blaze. Engine growl, yeah, that's our sound. Lake so smooth, feel skybound. Guntersville gang, we own this town. Gunter's villains, Gunter's villains. On the lake, we chillin', thrillin'. LA and G, I'm even Creole too. Unlimited calling, yeah, that's the crew. Unlimited calling, yeah, that's the crew. Unlimited calling, yeah, that's the crew. Gunter's villains, Gunter's villains. Riding on silver, ripping and spilling. Dockside vibes where the stories unfold. Fishtails big, but the crew stays bold. Trophies stacking like chips in a game. Legends of the lake, yeah, they know our name. Life jackets whacked out, neon and black. Cooler on deck, stack to the max. Silver's weight cutting the lightning streak. Guntersville is flow, unique technique. Villains on the water, hearts of gold. Stories told, but the lake's still cold. Riding waves, carving paths unseen. Guntersville fam, we the dream team.
Let me make sure I Tighten that. Let's see what we got here. GM's gonna be making jigs. Would have been cool to try what? Hey guys, did Rob ever say what he wanted? Yeah, dog. That's what I did for you, dog. I took your mind off of the whistling that you didn't know. It was like, what is that whistling? Who knows? This fool whistles while he twerks. That is weird. But that's what I was here for, dog, to get your mind off of that. Customs blocked the Mac Dizzy order. Woo! All right, guys, so I'm going to tell you that one time I was going through the airport and I had like a whole bunch of like plastics in my backpack. It was just plastic worms and whatnot. So I had those plastics in my backpack, and when they went through the check, the carry-on check, they pulled me off to the side and they were like, open that. And I was like, all right. So I opened it and it was just, I had to look through all the worms. I guess it shows when the worms go through there, it shows a fish. It looks probably like some kind of something that is not allowed there. Something a little dangerous. Who knows what. But when they saw it was plastic worms, they were like, what? Why does this idiot have so many plastic worms in his backpack? Because I'm talking about it was full, because I was coming to Guntersville, but I didn't drive over here. I flew over here. So I came to Guntersville and I had all my plastics there, and they were like, okay, that's weird, but not totally weird. So anyways, I mean, that's not the only interaction I've had with customs, but anyways. I hope so too, Al, because clearly, I don't know if you heard, but the moderator had ordered 6 packs of green pumpkin magic from a place, and then when they arrived, they were not green pumpkin magic, they were just regular green pumpkin. So I mean, I guess that's cool, but you know, when you got that specific color, then you want that specific color. But we didn't get it. So anyways, so my dudes, what did we see today? We saw that the pink spinner bait can catch them. That is weird. I don't understand it, but dudes, we saw it with our own eyes. Pink spinner bait, it caught them. I mean, what are we gonna do? We're not gonna disagree with what happened. It just happened, dogs. So we might not even try to understand it. We will just continue throwing it to see what it's capable of and just be like, all right, dogs, it worked. It is what it is. So other than that, guys, we have recovered from our night fishing escapade, And now we are back. We're going to see if we can show up in the morning tomorrow and fish around and find out. And we'll fish till about 11-ish. You guys know how we do. So as always, homies, I appreciate you guys showing up and fish around and find out. The Pink Panther. That's not a bad name right there, dog. Colin said he's going to freaking bring he's gonna bring a freaking tackle box full of stuff and just use goat minnows. That's what's up, dog. That's ridiculous, but funny. And Rude's out there saying, peace out, Brett Ochas. He's talking to you guys, bros, not me.